Hey, hello investors. If you are new to investing and you're a bit lost, but you want detailed walkthroughs of how to go ahead and start investing by picking stocks, by buying stocks, by learning options, and by learning the overall stock market, then I think this channel is definitely going to help you. This channel is going to show you how to go ahead and push your investments in order for you to make gains over the short term and the long term. So if that definitely suits your fancy, then I think you should go ahead, like this video, and subscribe to the channel. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start off right where we left off in the first video. If you haven't gone ahead and watched that one, it would be a good idea to go ahead and do so. I just laid the groundwork of how you could begin investing as a newbie to the stock market. So for today's video, what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna be actually giving you a walkthrough of how to actually go ahead and start buying stocks in order to start building a position in your portfolio. Now, I did mention that what I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be catering for people that are new to investing and also people that have a very small account. Let's go ahead and we're going to go to the home to see the investment that has been made. So far, this portfolio is around $65, and this is an old portfolio I had. I just decided to use it. If you go over here to the right, you can see that I have 0 positions, and we're going to start adding positions after today's video. Here will be populated. Now, what we're going to be doing, I'm going to be splitting this buying video into two because like I mentioned in the first video, we're not going to go more than 10 stocks. We don't have to get 10 stocks right off the bat. We're going to pace ourselves. I will be giving you a detailed walkthrough of some of these stocks and why I decided to go ahead and add them to the portfolio in order for growth, in order for dividends, and in order for capital appreciation. So without further ado, let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and show you the first stock that I'm going to add to the portfolio. And we're going to start off with the 3 we left off in the previous video. So we're going to start off with MO, and that's going to be Altria. So if you're not using your phone, you're using the desktop, or even if you are using your phone, you simply need to absolutely know the ticker. So the ticker is MO, but the actual name of the company is going to be Altria, as you can see down here. Let's go ahead and we're going to select that. Whenever you go ahead and you select your first stock in order for it to go ahead and buy, this is what's going to pop up. Now, it looks very confusing if you're very new, but trust me, it's not. What you can do to start off is to go ahead and see how the actual stock that you pick is doing over the course of time. So you're going to use these little witches down here, which says 1W for 1 week, 1M for 1 month, 3M for 3 months. We have the year to date here. This one is 1 year, this one is 5 year, and this one is the max. You always want to know how the stock has been doing before you actually go ahead and make an investment into the stock. So we're going to go ahead to the 1 week outlook. The stock is up around 0.85. Let's gonna go ahead and skip forward to the 1 year outlook. The stock is up around 12%, and now we're gonna go ahead and go to the max outlook, where you can see the stock is up a whopping over 1000%. So that is the basics in order for it to go ahead and start getting into the stock. The next thing you want to do is that you want to see what the stock actually does or what the stock is doing. So Altria Group Inc. is the holding company which engages in the manufacture and sale of cigarettes in the United States. It operates through the following segments: smokable products, oral tobacco products, and all other products. The smokable products segment consists of cigarettes manufactured and sold by PM USA and machine-made large cigars and pipe tobacco manufactured and sold. Now, the reason why you want to go and read a little bit about the company is that this company may not be aligning with your goals. So always read about the company first. Once you go ahead and you scroll down, you're going to be seeing a bit more information, and you're going to see the name of the CEO. Down here is going to be William F. Gifford. You're going to see the amount of employees the company have, which is 6,200. You're going to see where the company is headquartered, which is Richmond, Virginia. And you could also see when the company is founded, and here it says 1919. So this company has been established for way more than 100 years. So that makes it a very good pick for the portfolio. Now we're going to scroll down and we're going to get into something what's known as the key statistics. So all this information down here is necessary in order for you to go ahead and buy a stock, but all this information is not necessary for every single stock. I hope you understand what I mean. So I'm going to give you a step-by-step walkthrough of this first one, but we're not going to do that for the other stocks. So right here, you're going to see what's going to be the market cap, and the market cap is going to be 99 billion. I'm just going to give you a brief walkthrough right now. I'm going to make a special video in order to show you how to analyze a stock. So once we go to the right, we're going to see the PE ratio or the price per earnings ratio. And in this case, it's going to be 11.26. Don't worry about these right now. I will make a detailed video in order to explain how each of these work. Now, this stock is going to be a dividend payer, and that's the number one reason I'm going to be adding it to the portfolio, because it's a dividend payer. So we're going to go more to the right now, and you're going to see what's known as a dividend yield. The dividend yield on this is going to be a 6.98%, or let's round it up to 7%, meaning that the dividends that this stock pays is going to be around 7% on an annual basis. If you've never heard of dividend before, dividend is pretty much whenever the company goes ahead and makes profit, they decide to pay back some of that profits to the investors. And by buying the stock, you automatically become an investor. Let's go ahead more to the right now, and you're going to see average volume. The average volume here sits at 8.01, and that M stands for million. That means there has been 8 million volume in the stock, which means 8 million shares that have been bought and sold for that particular day. Now let's go ahead down to the high of today. So the high of today, what it tells you, that it tells you at the highest price that the stock has been trading at for that particular day. And if you go to the left, it has the opposite, which is the low for the day. And the low for the day is going to be 58.65. So that is the lowest for the day. What you want to see with these kind of stocks is that you want to see the high and the low extremely close together like this. This is really good for a dividend stock. Now let's go ahead and go to the right some more. And now you're going to see the open price. The open price simply tells you that when the stock market opened and the bell was rung, the first price that this stock was trading at was $58.69. Now we're going to go ahead and go to the volume. The volume that was traded on that particular day is going to be 3.21. Don't get confused with the average volume here and the volume. The average volume here tells you the average amount of shares that have been bought and sold over a particular period. The volume down here tells you the amount of shares that has been bought and sold for that particular day. That is the difference. Now let's go ahead and we're going to go back left to what's known as the 52-week high. The 52-week high right here is going to be $68.60. The 52-week high tells you that the highest share price that a stock has reached for the last 52 weeks. It does not actually go from January to February. It just goes on a 52-week rotating cycle. Now the opposite of that is going to be to your right now, which is going to be the 52-week low. And once again, the 52-week low gives you an indication of the lowest price that the stock has hit for a rolling 52-week period. And that was $50.08. So now that you have a bit more information, now we're going to go ahead and buy a stock. Now, once you do this on Robinhood, which is a very, very simplistic platform, it's very user-friendly, especially if you're new to options. So you're going to see this right here, which says buy MO, and MO again is the ticker. So that pops up right away. And then next, you're going to see what's known as your order type. There's different types of way you can go ahead and buy. So if you click in here, it's going to show you the different types. And I'm going to make this video as simple as possible, so I'm not going to be going through every single thing right now. So I'm just going to be going through two types right now. We're going to have a buy order, which Robinhood suggests. If you want, you can just go ahead and leave that right here. The next one is going to be a limit order. The limit order just tells you the exact amount that you want to pay for this. But again, we're going to leave buy order for now. We're going to go back to limit order as these videos progress. Now, there's two types of way you could buy. You could either buy in dollars, as you can see right here, or if you go ahead, you could scroll over and you could buy in shares. So with dollar is that you're going to be buying a dollar amount. With shares, you're going to be buying per share. So you could buy 1 share, 10 shares, 100 shares. So we're going to leave this to dollars because I'm going to show you how to start investing with minimal amount of money in your portfolio. The next thing you want to do under the amount section right here, you want to go ahead and put in whatever amount you think you want to buy for the stock. So in this case, we're just going to be buying 5 stocks for today with our $65 portfolio. So that means we're going to be spending around, let's see, $25 with that portfolio, and we're going to be leaving $15 in the portfolio. Always make sure you leave a very nice cash balance in the portfolio. Just start developing the habit. And again, as these videos go along, I will explain to you why that is so necessary. So for this stock, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to buy $5 worth by just typing in 5 right there. And that's going to pop up. Now, with the $5 worth, it tells us the amount of the stock we're going to be receiving. The estimated quantity is going to be 0.084. So way less than 1 share of the stock. So, and that money that we're going to be using there is going to be coming from our buying power. As you can see, our buying power is down here, $65.07. So you're going to go ahead now and hit review. Now, before we hit review, let me do a quick review. So your order type is just going to be a buy order. We're going to maintain that. Your buy in is going to be, you're going to buy in dollars, and the amount you're going to put right here. Next thing is going to show you estimated quantity. Then you're going to go to review order. Once you go ahead and you hit review order, you're going to get what's known as a summary. The summary is going to be right here. So the summary is telling that you are placing an order to buy approximately $5 worth of Altria or MO based on the latest market price of $59. You will receive approximately 0.08474 shares. Your order will be queued for market open and processed at the best available price. So what this last part tells you that currently, as I'm making this video, the stock market is closed. So once I go ahead and hit buy, that order is going to get queued. So when the market does get open, then it's going to go ahead and execute that trade automatically. So let's go ahead. We're going to hit buy. And that is how you go ahead and buy your first stock. Now it does not end there. Let's continue. So after you do that, you're going to get a notification that says MO order has been queued. And if you do have notifications set on your phone or your email, you will get confirmation that you actually place this order via email. If you're on your phone, you will get a notification as well, depending on if you have it set up. So this confirmation tells you that your order has been queued. It's going to tell you the amount that has been invested. So the amount that you want to buy is $5. But right here, because the market is closed, it tells you that zero of that $5 has been spent yet. And the bottom, once again, it just confirms the estimated shares that you're going to be receiving once the order is executed. Now you do have a choice. You could go ahead and hit done, or you could go ahead and hit setup recurring. What we want to do, we want to set up recurring buys for this portfolio because it just takes the guesswork out of everything, but we're going to do that at a later date. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and hit done, and voila, you have now bought your first stock. You're now an investor. So let's go ahead back to the home page right now. And I'm not sure if that's going to be queued since it has not been executed yet, but let's go ahead and see that. Okay, so it has not actually been queued here right now. So once the trade goes through, then it's going to be queued. Now, as per the last video, I did give you guys some homework, and the homework was to go ahead and research the 3 stocks. I've just gone ahead and bought the first stock. So now we're going to go ahead and buy the second one. And that second one was going to be Meta Platforms, and that ticker is META. Now, Meta Platforms, for those of you that are old and just getting into investing, Meta Platforms is what's known as formerly Facebook. So once again, to go ahead and start off, you could actually go ahead and browse through this to see how the stock has been doing. Let's just go straight to the max. So this stock during its lifetime is up more than 1600%. Let's scroll down. And once again, you could go ahead, read the about, and you could see the CEO, Mark Elliott Zuckerberg. Everyone pretty much is familiar with that name because Meta Platforms does consist of Instagram, Facebook. It has a couple others, but this is a huge, huge company. It was founded in 2004 and is headquartered in California. As you go down, you could see, just for comparison, for this stock and the previous one we just bought, you could see here the dividend is 0.32, which is way lower than the first stock we bought. And then you could see the price per earnings ratio here is 28.63, which is almost 3 times as much as the first stock. The market cap is 1 trillion. So like I mentioned at the first part of this video, you don't need every single information here for every single stock. You need some of the information here for a few of the stocks. So for instance, let's focus on the dividend. The dividend for the first stock was around 7% yield because that's primarily a dividend payer. This stock is known as a growth stock, so the dividend it pays is way lower because this is not the actual focus of the stock. Now let's go ahead and I'm going to buy that one. So we're going to maintain our buy order. We're going to buy in dollars, and we're going to appropriate an additional $5 to this stock. We're going to hit review. After confirming the estimated quantity we're going to be receiving, which is going to be 0.007. Let's go ahead, hit review. We're going to hit buy after you read your confirmation. Of course, we're going to hit buy, and obviously these, whenever you buying stocks or you doing investing, this just happens at lightning speed. I'm just taking my time to go through it so you understand this is going to be some of the basis video for the other videos that we're going to be getting into. So let's go ahead, we're going to go to the buy right now, and then once again you have a choice whether you're going to be done with the stuff or you're going to be setting up recurring buys, but we're just going to hit done for now. Okay, if my memory serves me correct, I think the third stock that we highlighted in the first video that you guys needed to do research for was going to be Oscar Health, and that ticker is going to be OSCR. Let's go ahead, let's open that up. Now, I did mention in the first video that the reason for me getting into Meta was because I needed growth in the portfolio. The reason for me to get into Altria because I wanted a dividend payer in the portfolio. And for this one is going to be, this one is actually growth and Meta is actually value. So with this one again is different from the other two because this one is going to be a growth stock. So what you looking for when you buy this stock to the portfolio, you're looking for this share price to go up more quicker than the other two because this one is primarily for growth. So once again, you could go ahead, you could scroll down here to see how the stock has been performing. Let's go to the max. And so far, you can see that this stock has been down 50%. Now, if you go all the way back here, you can see this is the date of when the stock first featured on the stock market, which is known as the IPO date or initial public offering. And that was March 3rd, 2021. So right away, I know that this stock is very new to the stock market. So if we go down once again, we have the about right here, which you could read. And then you could see, although this stock IPO'd, which started trading on the stock exchange in 2021, the stock was actually, the company actually was actually in existence from since 2012. So there's a difference in when the company was formulated and when the company started trading publicly or made its IPO. Now, as you can see down here, this one is a $4.5 billion company, which is the smallest of the three that we've gotten into so far. And as you can see, once again, the PE ratio right here is minus 15.98 and it pays no dividend. Like I said, all this information is necessary for when you invest in, but all this information is not necessary for every single stock. So don't be worried if you see a negative PE ratio. It all depends on the outlook you have for your portfolio, number one, and the outlook you have for the current stock that you're going to decide to add. So let's go ahead. We're going to add $5 to that as well. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to hit review order. And by now, you guys should be pretty much accustomed to it. So let's go ahead. We're going to hit buy once again, and then done. So those are the three that I did give you for your homework. And now we're going to be adding two more because for this video, I just want to keep it as short as possible. So we're going to be buying two more of those stocks in this portfolio. Okay, so the fourth stock we're going to be buying today is going to be none other than, most of you guys would know the stock, and that's going to be Amazon, and that ticker is going to be AMZN. The reason I'm going to pick Amazon in order to add to this portfolio because Amazon, just like Meta, is what's known as a value play. So I'm going to get lots of value from this stock over the course of time. What value stocks do is that value stocks usually grow incrementally over time. They don't have high swings, both up and down. They pretty much just move up gradually over time. Let's go ahead to the max and see how this stock has been doing. So this stock is up almost 8,000% since its inception. Let's go ahead. We're gonna go to, well, let's go scroll down just a bit so you guys could see this while I'm making it. And then we're gonna go ahead and hit buy. So you could see this is a massive company with 1.5 million employees. And the market cap is 2 trillion. Remember, Meta was only 1 trillion. And the smallest we saw so far was Oscar, which only have about 4 billion. So all these companies have different things that works for them. The PE ratio you could see here is 32.95. And once again, every single information here does not have to go with every single stock. So let's go ahead. We're going to buy $5 of this as well before us going into our last stock. Let's go. We're going to hit review. We're going to hit buy. And then we're going to hit done. Now to close off the video, we're going to go ahead and buy our last stock for this second video in this series. And if you guys haven't already, and if you guys are getting much valued and you guys are actually learning how to get started with investing, then remember to go ahead and like the video and also subscribe to the channel to get more videos of this kind of nature. So the last stock I'm going to be adding to the portfolio for today's video is going to be Chevron, and that ticker is going to be CVX. Now, Chevron is quite similar with the first one we added, which was Altria. So remember I said you need to go ahead and look into the about of the company, and if it doesn't align with your portfolio, then you could go ahead and choose something else. So Altria was a dividend payer, so too is Chevron. So because Altria deals with tobacco and tobacco products, if you don't like that kind of thing, then you could go ahead and substitute that for Chevron. Chevron is in energy and fuel. So let's go ahead to the max right now to see how it's been doing. And this stock has been up 268% since its inception. We're going to go now. We're going to go ahead and scroll down to the about, and here you go. So decent company, but the thing about it is that in all the companies we have highlighted so far, this one is the oldest, the most established. So this one is going to be like a core of your foundation. So this has been founded in 1879. Now the reason I really like this stock is that this stock has been founded by one of the greatest people in the history of investing, which is going to be John D. Rockefeller. If you guys have never heard that name before, just go ahead and do a quick Google search and you're going to see it. When he invented this, it was not really Chevron, it was Standard Oil, then it got changed, and over the years, now it's just settled down to Chevron. So as you can see here, this is a small company with 304 billion, well, a medium-sized company. You can see the PE ratio here, and like I said, this one is a dividend pay as well. So you can see the dividend right here is higher than the other ones that with growth and also value. So this is paying a 4.47 dividend. Once again, the dividend yield here, what it tells you that whatever the company makes in profit, they decide to pay a portion of that back to its shareholders, back to its investors. So this dividend yield is what's going to be paid on an annual basis. So it's going to be paying 4.47 on an annual basis. But most of these companies usually pay dividend on a quarterly basis. So you're going to divide this by 4, and that's going to be the amount, the percentage yield you're going to be getting every quarter. So let's go ahead. We're going to buy $5 worth of that once again. I'm going to hit review. As you guys can see, I'm doing this pretty fast because now you guys should be accustomed to this. And I've been doing this for years. So let's go to done. And voila, let's go back to home. And we're going to close off the video right there. Okay, so you guys have seen that I went ahead and I purchased 5 stocks. I put $5 in each stock, which should give me about $25. But as you can see here, my initial capital has not changed. And the reason for that is because although all those trades have been queued, the stock market is not open as yet. So once the stock market is open, those trades will be executed, and then my buying power is going to be reduced. So there you go. All you investors actually did update right here, and as you can see right here, so the plus sign just tells you that you have something pending. So you could see it says 0 shares here, and whenever it goes ahead and it executes the shares, it's actually going to tell you the percentage of the shares that you do own. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, good. And this here tells you that since I went ahead and made the video, it just tells you about a trajectory that is taken so far. Although the stock market is closed, some of these stocks do trade 24 hours. They have movements, but the price that you're going to be getting when the market is closed is going to be different to when the market is actually open. But again, those things are going to be for other videos. So investors, if you haven't already, please go ahead, like the video, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. This is the second video in our 3-video series to get started on how to start investing. So for the next video, I'm going to be showing you how to add 5 additional stocks to the portfolio. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and we might get into what different brokerages that can be used in order to do this. If you guys have any immediate questions before all these videos get released, then let me know in the comments below. I could probably fast forward on that video in order to help you out as much as I can. Now, until the next video, just keep investing and just keep putting more money into your brokerage portfolio in order to grow your portfolio.